What's
All
peeling?
right, enough nonsense. Let's get into some stuff here. I wanted to talk about. I don't show you guys enough stuff that I like on pop. We're always tearing people down, but this was just something I thought was very funny. That Luis J. Gomez and Tim Dillon were at a very fancy man's Super Bowl party, and they felt the need to call something into question, which I found to be very funny. So let's hear them on the Real Ass Podcast. It's Louis, Tim, and Zach Amico.
But with this person is much more successful than either one of us to whose house we went to.
We're not going to say who it is.
We're not going to say who it is. But
I thought we were going to just say it.
No, we're not going to say it.
Oh, okay.
Or should we say it?
I don't think it matters. I don't think how mean are you going to be?
I'm not going to be mean.
Sal Vulcano.
Okay. All right, from the Impractical Jokers. Now, we love Sal, and we love Sal.
I think it's
I
fine.
love Sal.
Sal's the fucking man. I'm not going to say anything that I literally wouldn't say to Sal's face.
Here's the reality. The spread was not
It
it.
was ridiculous.
It was bad.
It's too rich.
It was
to order pizza.
When I have people at my house, I've done it several times. I have it in the summer and stuff.
Yeah.
I really put some work and effort into it. This is a guy who we love, but he has a podcast about food. Last night I watched him take out Trader Joe's fried olives and heat them up in a microwave. These people have tens of millions of dollars. It's disgusting and absurd. It's actually disrespectful and it's immoral.
There's more that we'll get to, but the one thing that stuck out to me was that he mentioned Trader Joe's, and to me, that's like the height of luxury.
I mean,
I'm like, Trader Joe's, we're eating good, baby. We've struck gold.
Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. I suggest everyone go spend a small fortune on those. They're very delicious.
Oh yes, the peanut butter cups are better than Reese's.
That's what I always say. They're so good.
I agree with you actually. Yeah, so they're at Sal Vulcano's house, and he does this podcast with Joe DeRosa where they talk very, they're food aficionados of sorts, and this is what Sal puts out as a spread at the Super Bowl, and they get more into it.
I don't know why they're so mad. I'm all for it.
It's very funny. You'll hear Tim get angrier as this goes on. It's very funny.
Thing, there were underprivileged people at that party last night. Like Adrienne Iapolucci was excited to be in a house. She was excited to be in a house and she thought she was going to get a little ziti, a couple of sausage and peppers and meatball. It didn't happen.
Yeah, no,
and it would have been nice.
Well, this is what I told because I brought my son, I brought my girlfriend. I was like, look, these people. I was like, guys, be
even
your best
James
behavior.
was probably like, hey, this isn't great. He's a young
pedestrian spit on the
He's
floor.
a young guy.
And this is the truth. Yeah. Did you get the text message about how to get in?
Yeah.
In the text message, it said, "Come hungry."
No, it's actually, as much as we're kidding around, it was what was done was wrong. Actually, what was done was wrong. What was done was actually wrong. They have a podcast about food called Taste Buds.
It said, "Come hungry." I looked at
come hungry, leave angry.
Dude, I looked at Jenna and James. I was like, guys, let's not eat. I was like, they're Italian. My assumption, I was like, I assumed there was going to be fucking like cheese towers.
When you walk into a place like that, you're thinking they're going to have a Russo's on the Bay, which is a catering hall in Brooklyn, cocktail hour for a wedding. I'm talking baby lamb chops, antipas platters, stuffed mushrooms. Things are overflowing. Chafing dishes of food. They had 4 bowls of potato chips and fried olives. It was heinous.
It looked like the gas digital monthly
looks like the gas digital monthly meeting. It was really, really crazy. It was great. And then they brought out chili, which was heinous.
It was cold.
It was freezing. The cheese would not melt in the chili. It was cold chili. And it's almost like, are they saying we're rich? Fuck you. It's almost like, are they saying fuck you?
It felt like a slap in the face.
It was a slap in the face.
Now, could it have been an impractical joke?
That's what I said. I said maybe they were like Murr was in a closet with a headpiece on, being like, serve them cold chili.
Bring out the
All right, tell him to come hungry. I just love the idea of the Gomez family starving themselves throughout the day.
Oh, you know what? That could have been a punishment or something.
Kids, we're eating good tonight. He's got his girlfriend and his kid, and they're like, let's save some room in our bellies because the volcanoes are gonna treat us to a real feast. And they come in and there's potato chips.
Dad, I didn't touch the ribeye in the fridge because they said to come hungry.
Come hungry is the best part of that. That's what makes it feel almost like a prank. but Tim gets even angrier about this, and I just thought it was good. I like to spread a little positivity once in a while. We focus on terrible podcasts too often, but this was funny.
But,
Here's how bad it was. There was a girl in Gaza recently
Oh God.
who was and this is wrong. I don't know if the Israelis did this or not. People are saying they did on Instagram. She was in a hospital. They knew because she was calling, going, "My family's dying. You're all dead." She was in an ambulance going to like the one remaining hospital they have, and potentially the Israelis actually targeted the ambulance and killed her, blew her up in the ambulance.
wow.
Here's how bad it was. If the ambulance instead drove to Staten Island and that girl got out of the car and walked upstairs to this and looked at the spread, she would say, "Am I still in Gaza?" Because this is what we were eating in Gaza. Bowls of potato chips. Is this still Gaza? Or have I? She would not even know she was in America.
I shit you not. Chips and dip.
These people have more money than God.
They're outraged. I think here's what it might be though. Is it's two guys that don't give a fuck about the game talking about the Super Bowl party.
Right.
So they're like they don't give a fuck about what's going on the television. They're like, well, so where's the food? We were told to come hungry, and they get chips and dip. But the come hungry text is very funny to me.
Yeah. If I went to this party and there wasn't chips and dip or pizza, I would have this reaction. Like, what the fuck is this?
Right,
No.
like I would think that if there was like racks of lamb and shit like that, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of disappointing because I'm trash. I'm not like Tim Dillon.
I would be like, I shouldn't be here.
yeah. yeah.
Oh, good. DJ Electra in the chat. Go to blindmike.net for all things Blind Mike.
Thank you, Electra. That's very kind. Everyone, guys, listen to DJ Electra and go to blindmike.net. Subscribe. We appreciate it.
That's very funny. I wish I was there.
I know. It's a real shame. But yeah.
Like, can you believe he's got Trader Joe's?
I'd be like, by any chance you get the mac and cheese balls from Trader Joe's also? Those are pretty good.
Pish posh, as they say.
Yeah, but that's what Tim is really great at. Like I've said before, I mean, he's bigger than this now, so I guess it's almost a slight to him. But like, he would have been a great radio guy if he wanted to be that, like a Rush Limbaugh or Alex Jones or something. Like he has that muscle. He very easily could have done that. Just talked for 4 hours on the radio or whatever.
Yeah, he jokes about everyone, which is always what I look for.
Sure.
Because as much as I like Cumia or DePaulo, as we've talked, it's like at some point I'm just like, all right.
I was trying to think of this. How close is Tim Dillon to hosting SNL? Would they ever do that because of the political stuff?
I mean,
because Shane is like technically a more controversial figure, I guess.
Yeah, but Shane's also the biggest comic in the country right now,
and he is, despite what people want you to think, he's more palatable for both sides, probably.
Yeah, because he will make fun of everyone, but so will Tim Dillon. But
Tim's harsher, I think.
Yeah, and if you look at just the Patreon, it's not even close. Like Shane is way above Tim Dillon.
Is that right?
Yeah, they make.
Wow.
They have the biggest Patreon by. Like,
I knew they were the biggest. I didn't know by how much.
The last I checked, it was like double the next.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
good for
them. I think they had like 70,000 patrons.
Damn,
we're on our way.
Hey, get us there, folks. 1/1000th of the way there.
Next time the Be a Man guy brings it up to Shane, we can be like, yeah, we're in the same league.
The other one I'm surprised hasn't hosted yet is Kreischer.
That would make sense.
I actually would have thought that before Shane.
Yeah,
not saying he's a better comic, obviously. I'm just saying like he does. He's he's got a fun vibe. He's not controversial at all. He's selling out baseball stadiums.
He's gonna go do his monologue without a shirt on and be like kind of in shape now. So everyone's gonna be like, "Why is he doing this?"
He wants to be. I think he wants to be in that world more than someone like Shane does.
Yes, he'll play along more. He'll do whatever they say.
Yeah, so that's another one. I'm surprised, but it's weird. Like all these guys that like we followed, years ago when they were feature. A lot of them were like features. Like I saw Shane open for Soder.
Right.
So like these were not big acts, and now they're the biggest in the country. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's like if you told Kevin Clancy he should have started kind of a network with these guys and produced their specials like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago.
that would have been lucrative.
Yeah, it would be like he wouldn't have to argue to get a permission to do things at Barstool, New York anymore.
I think they did a Francis Ellis special that you cannot find anywhere. I think they did that.
Yeah. Well, that's good enough, I guess.
Yeah.